Hey Cancer, happy 2017. This is Dark Dove Tarot. Welcome to your January 2017 read for Cancers. I've already shuffled the deck, but I'm going to give it one or two more goes, and then we'll get started. As everybody tells you, always check your sun, moon, and ascendant sign so that you can check to see if there's anything you're missing, or maybe if this doesn't resonate with you, something else will, but hopefully it resonates with a lot of people. I generally focus on love and relationships. However, occasionally I will throw something in about finances or other things going on in your life that I pick up on or that I feel like you need to know about. Again, I hope everybody had a good start to the new year. This is the first time that I'm posting my videos publicly on YouTube, so I hope you enjoy them. Any feedback you have would be appreciated. I move pretty fast, so you may have to watch this a few times in order to get everything you need out of it, and hopefully it's not too fast. So again, any feedback, if you feel like I am moving a little fast, just let me know, but I have a lot to say, so let's get started. Hopefully everything is good for the beginning of 2017 for Cancer. Okay, so the first card I'm going to turn is going to be current state of mind, and current being where you are. So we have the Sun, and the Sun is a good card. It's a major arcana, so that's good to start 2017 off with. Look, the Sun basically shines bright on all things love for singles and couples. I wouldn't expect love, right this second you're going to meet the man or woman of your dreams and get married in 2 weeks. I don't feel that coming, but I do feel love definitely coming for singles. And I feel like if you're in a relationship, the Sun indicates that you had some past fights or issues in 2016, and those are fading away. And maybe you're going to start noticing things about your partners that you haven't noticed before. And it's really going to start live in your relationship, and it's going to continue to grow. May still be winter in most places, but the sun is shining, so step into the warmth and glow. For singles, you're going to be putting your best foot forward from the inside out. So smile more, invest in you more, dance more, sing more, give thanks more. If you've been on dates lately, it seems like they've been pretty positive compared to last year, maybe in the beginning of the year or the middle of the year if you've been single since then. If you've recently met someone that you think may be a potential match, I feel like the Sun is saying, they could very well be. So overall, the Sun is good for singles, partners, and marriages. You're noticing this month that you're also going to come into a position where you're very self-aware and aware of your surroundings a little more than you have been. And you're going to be appreciating blessings or noticing blessings a little more than you normally do. It's like all of a sudden your eyes are wide open and you're coming out of a fog. So that's always a good thing. The next card is going to be feelings or challenges that usually, cover where you are now. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, which actually I don't feel like the Wheel of Fortune is a challenge card necessarily. It means pretty much as it sounds. It's a wheel of fortune. There will be fortune, however, there will be unfortunate issues, actually. So right now, the wheel is telling you to take a spin, meet someone new, take chances in different aspects of your life. Take a chance on the person standing in front of you that maybe you've seen but didn't really think of as a love potential, and now you're seeing them in a different light because the sun is shining. So the wheel isn't always good. There will be bumps in every relationship, marriage, and even being single, but this is telling you to take a chance. This also means to step out of your comfort zone and don't stick with what you always go for and try something new. This card has seasons on it, spring, summer, winter, fall, which also represents that, it may be spring or it may be winter right now, but it feels like spring. So, bask in the glow of the sun again. There are going to be turbulent times at some point, but right now, this is asking you to take a chance and focus on the good luck. For relationships, I feel like you're heading on the fortunate path now, and the universe hopes that you remember these times for when the wheel feels like the unfortunate times are coming to play. When the fortune is running out, the universe wants you to know that there were good times and you'll get back there again. For singles, if you've had your eye on someone, the wheels suggest, now is the time to take that chance and go after them. So hopefully you do that and it goes well. The next position we have is past relationships, or things you may be harboring and bringing into your current relationship. So you have the King of Coins, and the King of Coins actually means that once upon a time you had a good person or a partner that treated you well, and you kind of wonder, when you're going to meet another partner like that. You're hoping to find that again, even in the mass of, bullshit you've been through in the past. You deserve someone who acts like a caretaker of your heart and soul. Maybe you are with this person now and you're rekindling or realizing what you have in your relationship. Maybe this person is right around the corner waiting to come into your life, or maybe reemerge from your past. Maybe the person that you got along with well before and treated you well before wasn't quite king status. They were maybe a prince or a knight or a page, and now they've achieved king status. They're in a committal state. You're in a committal state. Whatever reason it didn't work out before, maybe that past is coming to fruition. So the best part is that this person coming into your life, or if you're with this person, is someone who's really good for you. And if you're single, they are going to pop up soon. This is a man or a woman who represents all the good that you're taking from your past relationships and what you've come to note is best for you. Perfection is not what a Cancer seeks. Cancers are quite aware of their own imperfections. Soft and mushy on the inside, not afraid to use their claws. Cancers are good, caring people who want someone strong and bold to compliment them. But that's not afraid to show their soft and vulnerable underside, because Cancers have those as well. So if you're in a relationship, you may still be dwelling on past hurts, and you need to complete the process of getting over it and letting your heart trust again, especially with your partner now. Because I feel like a lot of your partners have been patient, but they're starting to wonder if it's something wrong with them, or maybe, you don't trust them. And when in reality, it's just the fact that when Cancer loves, they love with their whole heart. So you're very lucky when a Cancer loves you. But when a Cancer gets hurt or burned, they close that off, and you could be in a relationship for a year and not even fully experience the love that a Cancer has to offer. I know that a lot of Cancers have been through some horrific times, heartbreak, and when a Cancer has heartbreak, feels like they can't breathe and they can't get out of bed, and it produces depression and anxiety. Again, they love so wholeheartedly. A lot of Cancers have been abused physically or emotionally. Again, don't let the past ruin what you could have with this future king, or with, the king that you're with right now. Make the decision to finally love this person wholeheartedly. And if you're single, make the decision to let your past hurts go. Yes, walk with caution, as you always have to, especially nowadays in the dating world. But take some chances and take some risks. The next card is going to be your recent past. So the past few weeks, probably, December, maybe even a week ago. So in this position, you have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups symbolizes love growing. Everything so far in this reading seems pretty positive. Maybe because everybody's just happy that last year with the ups and downs are over. But something is definitely playing happily into your love life. This card represents your most recent past, but also what's going to come to fruition. So maybe an abundance of suitors. Maybe you've noticed, if you haven't had a lot of hits on dating sites and whatnot recently, or last year, you're starting to notice that there are an abundance. All of a sudden, suitors seem to be popping up everywhere. This also represents you and your lover or partner, if you're in a relationship, feeling the happiness and the nostalgia through the holidays and making sure that the feelings carry into the new year. The Queen is a card that means, yes, he or she likes you, for both singles and couples. So what's the next step? Yes, things will work out if it's the right person for you and you're on the right path now. It also means that finally somebody may express how they feel and stop beating around the bush. If you are in a relationship, you may be acting as the queen yourself, gauging where changes need to be made and helping to nurture the relationship a little more. The Queen of Cups for both relationships and singles means intuition. So you're probably feeling more in tune with yourself and your partner or new people you're meeting the past few weeks and currently than you have in a long time. So it feels like a lot of you are more aware. Kind of as I said with this ending of the sun, you're feeling your intuition rise. You're feeling more aware of your surroundings. So that's a good thing. The next card we're going to pull is your in-time future. So this is your distant future. So this doesn't just correlate with January. This correlates for, a couple weeks, a couple months. And you have the Queen of Swords here. So the Queen of Swords in the future is good for singles. Sometimes it's not always good for couples. The Queen represents a man or a woman who's wanting to find someone serious and will find them. There's a determination here. In a relationship, this usually means somebody may be rethinking their path with their partner, or one person is controlling the situation and both parties may not be in tune with it. The Queen represents someone who takes control and seizes opportunities, really whether they benefit everybody or not. So it may be that the Queen's making decisions not everybody's happy with. Again, the spread is good so far, so anywhere you go, positivity awaits. Even if couples aren't in their best spot right now, some of you may break up, but I feel for most of you, you'll stick together. The Queen represents dominance and maybe a little bit of control and stability is what some of you Cancerians need. Cancers usually know what's best, but sometimes they have a hard time implementing it. Maybe you need someone to, take your laptop away so you can step away from work from home, or suggest a bath after work instead of coming straight home and doing the chores and laundry and cooking dinner. You need somebody who balances you out. But Cancers have a hard time sometimes with, again, trusting that or letting go of everything. They kind of have to, hold on to some of the control a little bit. So let your partner take a little control. It's not going to be bad. Let them say, hey, honey, stop working tonight. We're going to have a quiet dinner. No laptops open. The Queen makes their presence known. So if you're not a commitment phobe, then your relationship's going to be just fine. If you are a commitment phobe, then you're not with the right person. If you're single, this card represents someone who's coming into your life who wants a commitment and they don't play games. So make sure if you're single and you're looking for a commitment, you're ready for it. Because if not, this person isn't for you, because they're going to be openly communicative about what their expectations are. And if you're saying you want a relationship, but in reality, you're not quite sure, you just want to date, then this person isn't going to be for you. This card also represents, like I said, someone pushing their way in, knowing you're exactly what they want. So the real question is going to be, are you okay with that? So the next card is going to be your immediate future, which you have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess, it's interesting this is the immediate future because this teams perfectly with your distant future. Whoever this is, whether you're with them now or meeting them soon, is wanting your heart and soul. Not in a bad way, but this person is taking a stand to be in your life, so you have a few choices. You can either get to know the person, understand that their intensity is not a bad thing, count your blessings if you're in a current relationship and this is your partner who's headstrong about being basically your everything, and not your everything in an I own you type way, but proud to have you on my arm type way. This card also tells me a lot of you are not going after what you want, or you're scared to get what you want. So you're harboring feelings and you're too afraid to make a go of it. There's a chance that a lot of you will rekindle something because now you realize your fear of commitment isn't worth being without the one you love. Maybe someone is coming back into your life who's now ready to go the distance. Be careful about this card though. I'm getting a sense, and this is kind of going off of the topic of love and relationships, but if you have a friend or a relative who's been giving you a lot of love advice lately, be careful. I'm getting the sense that this card can often mean someone you thought had your back, they don't. And they don't want you to be happy in love because misery loves company and they want what you have. Or they're having a hard time finding it, so they don't want you to get it first. The person I'm referring to is often not comfortable in their own skin, but tries to come across as all-knowing and confident. Again, this is not about somebody in love or relationships. If you notice someone trying to give you advice a lot about your love life, more than necessary lately or asking you about it, take it with a grain of salt, because I'm getting the sense that it's lacking sincerity and they're not being genuine about it. So be careful. I'm getting a red flag that some of you have a hater out there. Okay, so the next card is going to be the external factors, and here you have the Four of Cups. So external factors revolving the Four of Cups pertains mainly to commitment. So Cancers like commitment because they're homebodies and they like to be in a relationship and have that comfort. But some of you are stuck in a rut. It seems like some of you are feeling stagnant, or actually your partner's feeling stagnant. They're a little bit of a commitment phobe. So they may be suggesting a trip or doing something adventurous or taking a class together, which is good. And I would do it with them, because this is telling you that there's a sign that they're starting to feel weighed down or uncomfortable, or they need to move. So again, I would suggest, obliging them in this request. The card also suggests an overabundance. So it seems like some of you are pushing your partner to commit and wanting answers and trying to constantly communicate it. It's like you're beating the subject to death. The Four of Cups also means that you might be asking for committal in vain. If your partner has to think too long and too hard, or you're not getting the answers you want, you're not going to get them. So be wary of staying in a relationship or continuing to date someone that's not going to give you what you want or need. And if they can't give it to you now, more than likely they're not going to in the future. Again, this goes along with the above, and letting the sun shine through and finding what you really want or need to be successful in love. Lots of couples get into the funk of a physical relationship as well, without mental and emotional needs being met. So if you find yourself lacking in certain areas, you need to decide whether those can be fulfilled again, or whether the relationship is now just a physical, and that's not necessarily healthy either. If you're single, be mindful of not falling into a sexual relationship first and not checking for compatibility with your other needs, because you get what you put into the relationship. So if you open it up as a physical relationship, that's what you're going to get. So don't be surprised in 6 months if they don't love you or there's no other connection other than physical. Okay, so the next card is going to be the internal factors of your future. And you have the Hermit. So the Hermit comes up coincides almost perfectly with the external Four of Cups, because for many of you, you'll find yourself staying single this month unless you find what you're really looking for. You'll be reflecting on past relationships, which ties into, again, the King of Coins, about where you want to start with, your partner. You want a clean slate, but you do want to mimic the good from this person that keeps popping up in my head as a past relationship you once had. Didn't quite make it, but it was a good relationship and you did feel safe and comfortable there. You would rather be single than to settle just to say you have something. So at this point, Cancers are comfortable in their own skin and feeling optimistic about the new year, like you can conquer anything, which is great. Taking the good from past relationships and finding that in a future partner, even better. For couples, this goes along with the above. Possibly you're feeling bored in your relationship and you want to take a trip or spice things up. You may be feeling capable of anything this month. Just don't go passing up good opportunity because you're letting past hurts from past relationships guide your decisions. Okay, so in the end, we have the outcome of January. This is going to be your hopes and fears, which is the Six of Wands here. And then you have the Tower, which is your outcome. Ooh. And a lot of people get nervous about the Tower, but don't be, because the spread has been really positive. So let's start with the Six. The Six is good news. This means whether you're single or in a relationship, you're headed back on a positive beat, even if 2016 left you feeling, like everybody, worn out. So if your intention this month is to rekindle your current love, or possibly a past love, or meet somebody that embodies what you want in future love, then the outcome is overall positive. The Tower, many people fear because a lot of times it means destruction and you can see the fires burning. But here, that doesn't play here as a negative. Either you're going to spice things up in your marriage and take chances that make both partners happy, or a discussion may be had if a partner still isn't happy that You need to end things, but even the ending is going to bring you to new horizons. And I'm getting the feeling that most of you are not going to end it. I'm feeling like many of you singletons will be swept off your feet and head straight into a relationship. Maybe you finally found exactly what you're looking for. Maybe you're going to grab it and try your darndest not to let it go. Maybe it's that person who's coming in saying, hey, you're with me, let's commit. Some couples will be making big changes that don't involve a breakup, but maybe trying for a baby or moving to a new home. The tower can mean that for couples, the foundation was broken in 2016. You've torn the building down, and now you're rebuilding and remodeling. For singles, the framework is there. You just need to fill in the cement, the drywall, and build a tower that hopefully has a foundation that stays sturdy for a long time. So whatever it is this month, you will be starting off with a lot of focus on love and relationships, a lot of past reflection, but in the end of January, you're going to find that you're starting the new year on a very positive note. So, looks good, Cancer. I'm excited for you. I'll see you next month.